How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to another figure comparison battle where we pit two action figures of similarity against one another in a fight to earn a place on your shelf. As always, we will cover the sculpt work, deco, articulation and accessories of each figure. In today's video, we have the s.h. Figuarts Tamashii Nations web exclusive premium color edition Perfect Cell, and in the other corner, the Bandai Figuarts Perfect Cell Action Model Kit. With Bandai's recent additions to their Figuarts line, Android 17 and 18, and with many more characters yet to come, the question of whether we can mix and match both s.h. Figuarts and Figuarts has been on many collectors' minds. While some may find the style and scale too different for both lines to coexist on the same shelf, there may be some potential in finding the right figure or even a substitute to fit in nicely within your display. Well, in this review, we find out which version of Perfect Cell is best for your Dragon Ball Z collection. In perfect form, Cell is depicted in both manga and animation as a tall, lean humanoid. Whilst not as bulky as his semi-perfect form, Perfect Cell is still rather muscular. Citing different sources, Perfect Cell's height ranges from 6'11 to 7'2, but I think it's safe to say that Perfect Cell is still significantly taller than most of the Z fighters, towering over Goku and Vegeta. Standing both figures side by side, the size difference between the two figures is evidently clear, with the Figuarts standing a lot taller and bulkier than the s.h. Figuarts Cell. Which one is more accurate? Well, going by Toriyama's artwork, I'd have to say neither. Figuarts seems a tad too tall, and s.h. Figuarts looks just a little on the short side, so the ideal height would be somewhere in between. Both figures have great sculpt work and detail. All the spots are sculpted in with the s.h. Figuarts Cell, whilst Figuarts being a model kit, the spots are a separate piece, giving a really sharp, clean look. Figuarts Cell uses the same matte plastic throughout the entire figure, while s.h. Figuarts has a matte finish for the green areas of the body and a shiny finish for the black areas, as they should be. While not painted and molded in a black plastic, it does give off a pearlescent sheen. Looking at the head sculpt, both figures do a great job in representing Cell in figure form, both having distinct stylistic differences, mainly in the placement of the nose, mouth, and the size of the pupils, with s.h. Figuarts Cell having larger, more prominent eyes than the Figuarts counterpart. Comparing the paintwork might be unfair, as the s.h. Figuarts is a premium painted version with washes and shading done beautifully throughout the figure, while all the paintwork on the Figuarts, well, there isn't any. Everything is molded in colored plastic, and any extra details will have to be done by yourself. Still, the plastic used for the model is vibrant and still looks fairly decent without any extra paint. Figuarts Cell was originally released in a time where s.h.f. gave us a ton of accessories. It's a shame that we don't get effect parts with our Dragon Ball Z figures anymore, so I was really happy to see that Cell was just a reissue with an updated paint job. Figuarts Cell comes with 4 sets of interchangeable hands, 2 fisted hands, and the rest being kind of a mix because they are all different. So you can mix and match them to suit the pose you want, whether it be a Kamehameha or a fighting pose. He also comes with 3 interchangeable faces, a smirk face, and a shouting face. Cell also comes with his iconic folded arms, which is really nice feature, I think. I'm really happy that they included it in this set as well. And to get them on, all you need to do is unplug the arms at the bicep swivel, take both arms off, and plug them into the peg holes. Chala, head chala, In addition to that, as I mentioned earlier, Cell also comes with a Kamehameha beam effect. And comes with a base that you can plug it into and display. The base further simulates the ground being ripped apart by the Kamehameha beam and is pretty well sculpted and has some nice painted details on it. The beam itself is a solid, pretty hefty clear piece with blue painted highlights, looking pretty nice. And all you need to do is grab the stand and plug it in. There we go. Beautiful. A Figuarts Cell comes with 2 sets of hands, 2 fisted hands, and 2 open palm hands. He also has 2 interchangeable faces, a smirking face, and a shouting face. The teeth is a separate piece, so little details like this are always going to look a lot sharper. Figuarts Cell also comes with effect pieces, a charging Kamehameha piece, and a Kamehameha beam that you can also pop onto a stand. While it isn't as extravagant as the s.h. Figuarts, it's still quite a nice piece and a nice addition that you can use with any of your other Dragon Ball Z figures as well. So looking at the articulation, for the head, the s.h. Figuarts is on the traditional hinge and ball joint, with the Figuarts sitting just on a stationary ball joint. Both look left and right, both look down well enough, but looking up is definitely a problem for both because of the head sculpt. Both figures' shoulder pads are separate pieces, giving a good range of motion moving out, both having full 360, upper bicep swivel, and a butterfly joint, moving inward and outward, double jointed elbows, swivel at the wrist, and only the s.h. Figuarts having a hinge. However, this is still achieved by the Figuarts due to the clearance between the ball joint and socket. The Figuarts torso is separated into 2 sections, whilst the s.h. Figuarts having 3 separate pieces for the torso. Both figures have a waist swivel and can crunch forward this much and back this much. However, if you pull out the joint from the s.h. Figuarts, you get a much greater motion. For the legs, the s.h. Figuarts can do the splits a lot further out, as the Figuarts is hindered by the green leg armor. Both kick forward this much, upper thigh swivel, and double jointed knees. Both have a hinge at the feet, the s.h. Figuarts having toe articulation, and both have ankle pivot. The wings on both figures are also articulated on ball joints and hinges, letting them move backward this much and outward this much. So just some size comparisons with the s.h. Figuarts Z Fighters. I don't own any of the Figuarts Z Fighters, but I do have the other villains in the series, which I will show to you shortly. As you can see, Figuarts does tower over everyone, and I'm okay with that. Cell to me has always been a tall character, and when you have them standing with everybody else, it really doesn't look too bad. The s.h. Figuarts, like I said before, in my opinion, is just a little too short for my taste, and a little too thin as well. I know he's supposed to be lean, but my perfect Cell would be somewhere in between the s.h. Figuarts and the Figuarts body types. Here are both figures with some of the Figuarts villains. We have Majin Buu, Kid Buu, and we also have Frieza in his final form. And if you stuck with me throughout this entire video up until now, you will know that s.h. Figuarts beats out Figuarts in paint for obvious reasons, articulation and accessories. But it's not to say that the Figuarts doesn't have any pluses either. If you, like me, prefer a taller Cell for your collection, then the Figuarts might be for you. Figuarts also costs about half of what the premium color edition is asking for right now. But in saying that, being a model kit, you do have to put it together yourself, and any extra details you'll have to add yourself as well. But if you like putting together model kits, then it can definitely be part of the fun and add a lot more play value to your figure. If not, then the obvious choice is s.h. Figuarts. I know some of you will say that the styles are too different, the sizes are too different, but I think, especially if you have an expanded Dragon Ball Z collection, you can definitely use figures from both lines, especially since both lines have characters that each line doesn't have at the moment. And with Figuarts and their non-character kits like the Saiyan Pod and Trunks Time Machine, which is coming out soon, I think you can definitely build up many different Dragon Ball Z displays within your collection. And I like options. With both lines with some pretty exciting releases to come, there's no better time to be a Dragon Ball Z figure collector. Anyway, that's it for this comparison battle. Let me know which figure fits into your collection, which figures you think can work well together, and what other comparisons you would like me to do in the near future. Please let me know in the comments down below. As always, feel free to subscribe. Thank you so much for watching again, guys. You guys are the best, and I'll see you for the next one. Bye!